Hi everyone, sorry I had to cut out on the last video. I didn't think it would take this long, but I want to continue showing you the rest of this art journal that I made. But this is another one. When I was out in California, one of my goals was to taste cactus. I know a lot of cactuses are edible, and I wanted to taste them. So we went to the store and we bought a few different kinds, and I took some pictures while I was there. This was taken at one of the grocery stores near where my daughter lives, and I took a picture of that, and then I just found this picture of cactus. And what I did was I found a recipe, and I just added it to the picture. But as you can see, I used scrapbook paper as my base, and here, and also, well, in here I painted. I used paint and I think bingo daubers. And then I took a stencil and I stenciled this in, and I stenciled down here with the brown, and just added the different pictures to it of cactuses. So that was one of those pictures I wouldn't normally scrapbook, but I wanted to add it to this. And then over here, when we were at Lopez Lake, Christine and I took a picture of each other, taking a picture of each other, and I thought it was kind of cute. And I thought, how am I going to do that? So I thought, well, I took the file folder and I just covered it with the green bingo dauber. I thought, okay, where am I going to go with this? And I'm practicing drawing eyes, as you can see. I want to learn how to draw eyes and do them well. And I just went ahead and practiced doing different eyes. And then I took and I was going to do something here and it didn't quite work out. So I used blue paint, and then I just outlined it with marker in all the corners, and then I added the different eyes that I had practiced doing, different shapes, different looks, you know, and of course a couple of them are blue-eyed and then green-eyed. And I thought, what am I going to title this? So I decided I'd title it, I Have My Eyes on You. So that was a lot of fun to do, and it gave me practice making my eyes. And then over here, this is an unusual one. This one I actually used watercolor paint on, and I just watercolor painted the green, the yellow, a little bit of the blue, and I wanted to use these two pictures. I'm from Vandergrift, Pennsylvania. We have one stoplight in town. That's it. Everything is 2 lanes. When you go outside of Vandergrift, we do have a 4-lane highway that's maybe 2 miles long. That's about it. So when you go to California, especially near Los Angeles, you get traffic like this. And I took pictures of it. I thought, oh, wow, the folks back home, wait till they see this. And I wanted to use those in this album, and I call it LA Traffic. And so after I did the watercolor paint, I did some stenciling, and I actually used, I think I used the bingo daubers on these, on the different stenciling. And then I found some pictures of cars, and I make it look like they're driving off and on to the page. And I have some old keys, car keys my husband gave me, and this one I had painted white a while back as well as this one. So I Mod Podged them down. But I like this. I think it's hilarious because the traffic's unbelievable. I just, it just amazes me. So, but that's my LA traffic one. And then over here, I had some pictures from, other pictures from the Pittsburgh Zoo. They have an aquarium there, the PPG. And, of course, you can't scrapbook all those either. So I did a collage of those. And these were all taken at the Pittsburgh Zoo. Is this the Pittsburgh Zoo? I believe it is. Yeah. And I just call it Exploring Under the Sea. And I added some stickers to it and just did like a collage to it. And I add a little paint up here so it look funny. Okay. And then I did some more of my drawings. This one is called Grace. And as I said before, I do everything in pencil, and then I highlight it with the colored pencils and the markers. And I added some scripture verses and some sayings from different pastors in the past. And they're just very good. Of course, my favorite scripture is this one here. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. Ephesians 2:8-9. And I did add some dimension to it by adding some of these dimensional flowers, and I got a butterfly up here. And then I did this one. This one's on trust, and it's all hand done. And I added some scripture verses. This one down here says, this is not a scripture verse, this is just a saying, trust means firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. And then the verse is, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understandings. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. And I like that one. It's just plain simple. I didn't do anything to the background of the file folder. I just directly drew onto it with the word trust, and then the flowers. So I have that one. And then on the back, I did another face. Like I said, I'm trying to learn how to do them. And I did it all by hand. And I added my flowers here, and I gave her a flower necklace, and I wrote the beauty of a godly woman. And in Proverbs it says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but the woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Proverbs 31:30, and that's that one. So, and again, I didn't do anything on the background. I just did the drawing right onto the file folder. I didn't add paint or anything. And then this one, this is a picture I took of the girls. It's the only one I have of them in front of the library in the Pomo. They love to go to the library. They have their own library cards, and they love to read and be read to. And I wanted to scrapbook that. I wanted to put that in this journal here. And since I only had one, that's why I didn't scrapbook it into my regular album. So I thought I would use it in my art journal. And then I made these books here. You know, things that the girls might read, Little House on the Prairie, Pocahontas, some other ones about other women and that. And I wrote, Christy and Abby love to go to the library in Tacoma, California. And I titled it, and here I have a door, and you'll understand why I have the door here. I wrote, reading opens the doors to adventure, walk through. And then I have the word read. And I had to add a flower. I added, which you can't see it, added a little flower there. And then, since I did the other side with reading, I went to a site for free downloads of the covers of books, and they're all vintage. And I copied all of them, cut them out, and I did a collage and of all the different books, and like I said, they're all vintage. And I wrote I typed reading, step into a book, and go on an adventure. And one reason I did this, I love to read. My husband and I have our own home library, and we read. We add to our library all the time. When I was a little girl, I didn't learn how to read through the phonics method. I was taught whole language, and I think that's a very dangerous way to teach children to read. And because of that, I struggled all my life reading until I was about 21. And then one day, it was like I just woke up and I wanted to read, and I haven't stopped since. I love to read. And when I taught school, I encouraged, and when I was teaching 6th grade, I insisted that the kids read and do book reports. And we had fun doing them. I didn't make them boring book reports. We had a good time doing them. And so this has like a personal meaning, the one before with the girls at the library, and then this one as well. The next page is interesting. Of course, it's flowers. I call it the Whimsical Flower Garden. And I can in the summer. And when you open something that you've canned, you cannot use these lids again. You throw them away. And I thought, I've got to do something with them. I thought they would make great flower centers. So um, I took 3 of them and I traced the centers on there, and then I drew the petals around, and I actually used markers for the petals and part of the leaves, and then I used colored pencil for the rest. And then I Mod Podged the centers down. These are canning jar lids, the part that you have to throw away. I didn't want to throw them away, so I thought I'm going to reuse them. And that's what I did. So this is my whimsical flower garden. Again, I didn't do anything with the background. I didn't paint it or anything. I just drew right onto there. I always draw with lead pencil, and then I go back over it with either colored pencil or markers. But that's my repurposed canning lids. I made them into flowers. And then finally, my last page again is another flower page. These here, when I drew the centers, I actually used my cutting system from Creative Memories. I just traced them on there. Oh, my little word here's coming apart. I got to fix that. And I just colored them in 3 different ways. And then I added charity, hope, and faith. And the greatest of these is charity. And that's from 1 Corinthians 13. And again, I didn't do anything to the back. I just wanted the flowers to shine and be the artwork on here. So that is my flip through for my second art journal. I will eventually show my first one, but this is the one. I loved doing this. I'm already working on another one, and I keep it together with the rings. And I had a blast doing this. It was a lot of fun because you can do anything you want. No one is telling you you have to do it this way or you have to do it that way. You just let your imagination be your guide and do what you want. And like I said, I used some of the photos I wouldn't normally scrapbook. And I will be going back out to California here in a couple of weeks. And I'll be taking lots more pictures. And I'll be sharing them in other art collage journal. So I hope you enjoyed my journal. I enjoyed making it. I hope I've inspired all of you to give it a try. I am having a blast making these journals. And of course, I'm always having a good time when I scrapbook, which I do a lot. And then, of course, my mixed media and altered art pieces that I work on. But it's just, I'm so thankful for this talent that the Lord gave me, and I want Him to use that in me. I hope I've inspired you, and thank you again. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please, I would love to have you be part of my channel family. So, thanks again for stopping by and watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.